Hey there, awesome art students. This is Michael Tonis, your drawing instructor, helping you learn how to draw the things you want to draw. I've been playing Angry Birds, and I've heard a lot from you that you want to draw Angry Birds characters. And in this lesson, you're going to learn how to draw Red from Angry Birds 2, the sequel to the biggest mobile game of all times. These lessons were sponsored by Rovio, creators of Angry Birds 2, and I want to give them special thanks for making it possible for us to bring you this drawing lesson. Now, the game just celebrated its first birthday, and to commemorate the occasion, for a limited time, you can play a special birthday level in Angry Birds 2. It's bursting with cakes, gifts, balloons, confetti, and the works. So let's take a closer look at the game. It's been downloaded over 100 million times, so if you aren't already playing, click the link in the description below and you can download it for yourself and play for free and get a look at these amazing new graphics. It's one of the things that just really struck me about Angry Birds 2 is the way it looks. It's got these beautiful backgrounds, great looking buildings. I'd love to draw some of those. The characters got a nice cartoon look, and it's just a lot of fun to play. They've really upgraded some of the gameplay. You can see they've got fans and different things going on. Plus, you get these cards. You get to choose which character that you're going to play with. So I'm going to throw Matilda now, and I'm going to toss her up here, and then I'm going to have her drop an egg. Boom, like that. And so a lot of the features are carried over from the previous versions, but got a lot of new features, a lot of new exciting things happening. Now I've worked myself up to level 21 here. I'm in New Pork City, and they've got these different cities that you go through, and it's just, it was fun before. I think it continues to be great fun, and it's even more challenging than it has been. Now there are awesome in the pigs, there are awesome boss pigs you can fight. There are multi-stage levels. You can even challenge other players, and I could go on and on about the game, but today is about a drawing lesson, so be sure and check the game out for yourself. Take a look at these awesome new backgrounds, and let's go ahead and get started drawing Red. Alright, let's draw Red from Angry Birds 2. Now I want to begin drawing Red by drawing a straight line up and down, and drawing a line across and sort of forming a cross like that. And if you can draw a little baseline there, a line here. And what we want is we want this to be close to a square right here, a little more wide than it is tall, so a little more width here, a little more rectangular. And I'm doing this to show you that when we draw the circle for Red, he really has a lot of mass right here. It goes more, not exactly straight down, but it goes heavy down here, heavy here, and then this is a little steeper right here. Sort of like that. So you can see how these sides fill up the corners of the cube. The corners of the square. Whereas this doesn't fill up as much. We've got more empty space up here. Okay, so now we've got kind of a squished circle for his body. Now all of his face happens right in here. So we're going to start with the brow. We're going to start past the center line here, come over and come up, and we're going to go past the center of this brow to right here, and we're going to draw some angled lines right there like that. So then we're going to come down from here, draw a short stick, and if you're looking at his face, if you were to draw a square right here, the bottom of his beak is going to come all the way almost to the bottom of that square. So we've got this area right here, and now we just have to look at how far over, does his beak come. And you've got more of his beak up top, and it comes all the way over here, even with the edge of his brow, and swoops down like that. So let me see, we've got a little more up top here. Let's make that even bigger. Like that. And then below here, it just curves like this to form the bottom part of his beak. So those are some of the critical proportions there that you need to get Red's basic face shapes. So now, let's just sharpen that up a little bit. Red has his belly, which is going to come something like this right here. And then there'll be a little piece right there above his beak. Okay, and now we can get into his eyes. So the eyes, they're going to sweep from here down a little bit and curve into the side of his beak. And on this side, come in a little bit from the edge and sweep down like that. Alright, now for his pupils. It's going to be a little closer to the center than it is the outside, and same thing over here, even a little bit closer, something like that. And what you can do is you can draw a little circular highlight and just shade those in, something like that right there. Alright, now in addition to all this, Red has some feathers and some other marks, so we're going to draw those in. And what we can do is up top here, he has two little feathers coming off the top of his head, and we're just going to sketch, first of all, two oval type shapes right there. Okay, and then we'll come in and we'll draw them a little sharper, kind of making the edges a little pointy. Roughly like that. It's not perfect, it's pretty darn close. Alright, now here he's got some tail feathers, and overall they make a shape kind of like a square coming out the back of him like that. So this breaks into three smaller boomerang shapes. We've got boomerang number 1, we've got coming straight out, coming out a little bit of an angle, boomerang number 2, and then a smaller boomerang shape coming right out of here. Something like that. This probably sticks out a little too far, so I'm going to just shave off the end of that. And then he has some spots on him. He's got a spot right here, a smaller spot right here. Alright, you see how he's coming together? Now, I'm going to make a little correction here in the side of his head. And I'm going to sweep that down a little tighter. Bring that down a little tighter right there. So that's one thing about drawing. We want to make corrections as we see them. That's why we're working in pencil. And I'm going to round that off just a little more. Round that off just a little more. Right, like that. So he's coming along nicely. Now, in order to make him look even a little angrier, there's an area of shading around his eye. It goes roughly like that. And right here, same kind of thing. Little area of shading right there. So I'm just going to shade that in gently. Like that. And to give his body form, he has shading that swings right around here like this. So we'll just shade that in lightly. and even more lightly down here. And then there is shading on these, so we'll shade the bottom side of these feathers here. These feathers are kind of dark, little boomerang tail feathers. And then of course he's got some shading on the side of his beak, upper and lower. And I think now that we've got all that done, we're ready to ink him in. So let me grab my Sharpie here. So I've got a Sharpie marker, and I'm going to go ahead and ink in red here. And all that's left really now is to give red some color. So let's break out our colored markers. See if I can find a good red. Yeah, and I have a red marker here. So let's go ahead and color red in. Alright, now I need to find a dark gray for his eyebrow. Oh, that looks like it's even black. Let me find a dark gray. There we go. And now an orange for his beak. Well, let's start with a yellow. We're going to start with a yellow on his beak. And then we'll come back with an orange. We'll leave part of his beak yellow there as a highlight. Just like that. And now a sort of tan color for his stomach. See if this fleshy color will work. That's pretty close. Alright, now we have to look a little bit at shading. I'm going to come back with a brown right here for the shading. Also darken these circles and add some shading here on these feathers, and we'll color these in brown. It's a reddish dark brown. And now for the shading here on the belly, I want something that isn't quite as dark as the brown we had. Something like that. And around the eyes, let's darken that up as well. And there you have the Angry Bird from Angry Birds 2 named Red. So you just finished drawing an awesome Angry Birds character. Be sure and check out the other lessons with the links here in the video and on our How to Draw and Paint channel. And again, special thanks to Rovio. And if you haven't gotten the game yet, click the link in the description below to download Angry Birds 2 for free, and you can enjoy the awesome graphics and awesome features of this new game. Thanks for watching, thanks to Rovio, and you guys have a happy time drawing and gaming.